Yiddy. Yeah, Mac, I'm gonna. A millionaire, I'm a young money millionaire, tougher than Nigerian.
What up, guys? I'm Landon here with Shoeware to do another shoe review with you guys today. And as you can see, we switched up the backdrop here. If you watched our last video, you would remember that it's white, which most of you probably didn't because it was our first video ever. But yeah, we're trying some different stuff out, still messing with lighting. It's not going overly well, but you know, the further we get on, the better it'll get. But so to get into business, today we'll be reviewing the Jordan Russell Westbrook Why Not Zer0.2, or I think the correct way to say that's the Jordan Why Not Zer0.2 Russell Westbrook. Either way you say it, this shoe is sweet today. Looking at the box, you can just tell you've set up for something nice whenever you see such a clean box, which actually this one does differ from the Russell Westbrook ones. Only this model though. We're looking at the All-Star Game edition of the colorway of this shoe. And that one's going to, some of the Russell Westbrook 2s are still going to have the same Russell Westbrook shoe box, which is still nice. But this one has just got something nice. You can see everything that's going on here with the Michael Jordan. He's just covered all over the box. Very detailed, very well done. The texture of the box is great. All around great shoe box. Great shoe. I'm very excited to review this with you guys today. I hope you guys are excited to tune in and listen. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the Russell Westbrook 2. Russell Westbrook Why Not Zer0.2 Jordans. Alright, so before we get into the shoe itself, we are going to touch a little bit more on the box, even though I did touch on it briefly. So if you look here, if I zoom in on the box for you, you'll be able to see the clip-by-clip of the iconic dunk from the free throw line that Michael Jordan was known for. You're also going to see up top here just an animated picture of Michael Jordan right here. You'll see just a standing photo of Michael Jordan. He's all over the box, like we said, because obviously it is Michael Jordan. That's who Russell Westbrook is sponsored by. So now that we've touched on the box, before we get into the shoe, we'll hit on pricing real quick. So the Russell Westbrooks are priced at $125 in the US and $130 globally. And that's a pretty good price point for this shoe, especially for the quality of this shoe, I believe. As I found, this shoe is just great. You see all kinds of great shoe reviews on it. And another reason that the shoe is priced at $125 is because Russell Westbrook is very much known for interacting with his younger fans. So something with this shoe is that it is made all the way down to the kid sizes because he really tries to support and, you know, make it available that his shoe is there for fans to follow him. He interacts with kids a lot through his foundation that he has, and he does a lot with kids. So that's something that he made a point to keep the shoe affordable for the younger generation and stuff like that, because obviously he's able to realize that, you know, they're the people of tomorrow. So yeah, that's one thing with the Russell Westbrook on why it's not cheap per se, because, you know, $125 is still a little bit of cash, but yeah, $125 definitely very affordable, especially for the quality of this shoe, and that's some of the reasoning behind why he does that. But now that we've covered the shoe box, now that we've covered the price of the shoe, it's time to go ahead and unbox the Russell Westbrook Why Not Zer0.2 Jordans. Alright, so as you can see here, the Russell Westbrook Why Not Zer0.2's All-Star Game colorway has a lot going on. That's pretty obvious to tell. So the first thing we'll touch on, because it's pretty easy, is the appearance of the shoe. So the overall appearance of the shoe, I think, is pretty fantastic. It's a lot different than a lot of basketball shoes that you've seen out there right now. So obviously, so Russell Westbrook, if you know Russell Westbrook, you know that he is a fashion connoisseur, to say the least. He will always be the first one showing up to games, rocking new clothes you've never seen, new shoes you've never seen. So it's only fitting that he creates a basketball shoe that you've never seen before, with something that you've never seen before, because obviously you've never seen it before, it's a new shoe. But also with the color combination that you've never seen before. I promise you haven't seen these colors out there together. So I mean, this is a very, very interesting shoe. You got two shades of camo on the shoe. We'll start with the colors. You can see the kind of brown camo here on this side, you'll see more of a green camo. So there's a few of the camo colorways on that shoe. You also see obviously various colors all over the shoe that, do they make a whole lot of sense together? No, but I mean, it's fashion. For Russell Westbrook, it's all about, being outspoken, being a little bit different. So yeah, excellent looking shoe, excellent shoe quality, of course. But right now we're talking about the appearance. So some more things that's going on with the shoe that we'll note on. The first thing that we'll talk about is on the inside of the shoe, you can see the family crest of Russell Westbrook. So in there, obviously, it's got his family. It's got also a friend that Russell Westbrook was very close to that passed away. And on there, he has his initials on the family crest, and as well as before every single game, Russell Westbrook likes to put the initials of his family friend that passed away. So that's what this black portion of the shoe right here is for. He will write in his friend's initials for that right there, just because it's another way he plays. In a sense, he plays for him. So that's something cool that Russell Westbrook does. That's a cool part of the shoe. So I know what you're probably thinking is, if the tag is not on the inside of the shoe, on the inside of the tongue, where's the tag? Well, that's actually probably my favorite part of the shoe, is that if you look at the heel of the shoe, you will see that all the information is right here on the heel. That's where you'll see the size, the UPC, all of that. And this is very cool because you've never seen anything like this before. It's something you would expect from Russell Westbrook. He likes to do things his own way. He likes to put his own personal touch on stuff. Here he definitely does that. So one thing that we'll get out of the way real quick is that with it being on the heel, it still will not affect your traction because it is indented. It's indented, so it's not going to be lying on the surface, messing with your traction or anything like that. So it is just a little bit indented, so that obviously they thought that part of it through. So that's something that you're not going to have to worry about. So now we'll go ahead and touch on a few other minor things. A very cool part of this shoe as well, now that we're talking about it, is if you look on the back of every single Russell Westbrook 2, it's going to have a little color tag right here. And that's just going to tell you some information about the shoe, such as the name of the colorway, which is the All-Star. This is the All-Star Game Edition. So obviously on this thing it says All-Star. So that's cool. He's also got some out right now called Future History, which kind of features some of the color combinations from every jersey that he's played in. So something that he's doing is he's putting a lot of his personal background into each of these shoe colorways, which I think is very cool. I mean, because the more personally you know celebrities like that, the closer you feel to them. That's just a cool thing that he's doing right now. So yeah, that's some of the things that are happening on the shoe. Another thing is on the tips of the shoe, you will see where it says "Why not," and that's just like engraved into the shoe. And what that is his slogan, his kind of life motto is "Why not?" And what that means is, why not be the best point guard in the league? Why not average a triple-double? Why not win the MVP? Why not do this? Why not be a better person? So this is a cool thing because you can really apply this to more than just basketball. Because you'll see people talking all the time about basketball is more than just a game. It's more than a game. So you can take this why not mentality and apply that to your daily life. You can say, why not do better at my job? Why not do this? So this is a very cool thing. I really like his slogan. I think there's a really deep meaning to it. So that's a cool part. So in the front of this shoe also, you'll see the Russell Westbrook on this shoe, the Russell Westbrook logo, which I think is one of the tightest logos in the NBA. That's just a fresh little logo that he's got there. Obviously, he's got the Jumpman logo on this side. Another place you'll see the Russell Westbrook logo is on the heel cap of this shoe. It's on the back there, as well as you can see on the heel tab, his signature. And so that's just a few cool things about the appearance of the shoe. But yeah, the overall appearance of the shoe, I mean, if you're following Russell Westbrook, this is not new information to you. That you shouldn't be that surprised to see the colorway of this shoe that he decided for the All-Star game. Because that's Russell Westbrook. That's how he is. That's who he is as a person. He's very fashionable. He's very trendy, and so he wants to do what he wants to do. So that's what he really made that clear with this Shoeware, just throwing all different types of stuff together. I mean, whenever I ordered it, I was very cautious because I like stuff out there like this. I'm a big fan, but also I was nervous because I'm not a huge fan of camo. I'm still not a huge fan of camo after seeing the shoe, but there's enough other parts of this shoe that I really enjoyed that I'm definitely going to be keeping the shoe. I mean, it's a very, very cool shoe. But yeah, that's the appearance. We pretty much touched on everything that we need to touch on appearance-wise. But yeah, definitely, obviously, if you this isn't going to be a team shoe, because most team shoes are they need to match at least some of your school colors or something like that. They can be black, white, featuring your school color. I guarantee that your shoe color is probably on this shoe, but there's too many other colors on this shoe for that to really qualify as being a team basketball shoe. But yeah, this colorway, very cool. I'm a fan of it. I like what he did here. I like what he's doing shoe-wise, just in general. But yeah, excellent looking shoe. So the next thing we're going to talk about with the Russell Westbrook 2s is the traction. So as you can see here on the bottom of the shoe, there are circular patterns that run across most of the shoe, and this is going to be, they also resemble the number 0, and for those of you that don't know, that's Russell Westbrook's number in the NBA. But it's a circular pattern, and this is going to be specifically good for pivoting, for movements that are side to side, and you'll see Russell Westbrook definitely needs all the support he can get in those, because he's constantly crossing people up, getting to the hoop. So that's very beneficial for him, for his style of gameplay. And what we're also going to touch on at the bottom is that you can see that the circular pattern is going to stop almost midway through the foot, a little less than midway through the foot. And what this pattern is known as, where you have a breakage, is called decoupled. And this is going to be good for a variety of things. One thing that this is going to help you with is, stability. It's going to be good for flexibility, for responsiveness. It's just going to, overall, it's going to just enhance your playing experience. So that's one part of the Russell Westbrook 2 that he didn't have in the Russell Westbrook 1s that are very nice. It's a very nice change. You won't see that often. So going along with this, you can see that this pattern runs up to the back, towards the back here. And you'll see a heel cup. And what this heel cup is going to be good for is it's very good. The purpose of it is for holding your foot in place. And a lot of people, a common misconception is that the stability of your foot is going to be solely reliant on whether or not you get a low top, a mid top, or high top. They say the higher you go, the more stable you're going to be. Well, also this heel cup is going to be very beneficial in helping to hold your foot in place. That is the design purpose of it. So, it's not just dependent on, obviously having a higher top, this isn't a low top, so having this is going to help. That's just an added benefit. But the heel cup is also another added benefit to helping keep your foot secure and more stable whenever it's inside your shoe, whenever you're playing. Alright, so for the last portion of the shoe review, we're going to kind of group together both the comfort and the material of the shoe. So for the comfort, on the bottom of the shoe, in this little blue section right here, there's a full zoom cushion in that part of the shoe. That's only going to be in the front half of the shoe. There's a zoom bag cushion. That's what the technical name of it is. That's not going to be in the back. In the back, obviously, we already touched on just some recap stuff. You got the tag on the back. You also got the heel cap, which is a pretty nice benefit to the shoe. But that's just kind of talking about the material. You're going to be having the fly knit on top. It's what this camo is. That's what a lot of the shoe is covered in, fly knit. There's a few other different materials on here. This is more padded up top, and like we said, with the fitting of this shoe, this is going to make it a little bit more tricky for it to get on and off, because if you look here, this is like a second little tab, but that's going to be good for support, make it a little bit harder to get on, but it's going to be added support for your ankle. So that's the material of the shoe. It definitely differs from the Russell Westbrook ones. I actually have mine right here, so I'll kind of get these down for you. But you can definitely tell the difference between the 1s and the 2s. Obviously, this is a UCLA colorway, and this is the All-Star version colorway. So these shoes have a lot more going on than these shoes do. There's some crazier versions of the Russell Westbrook 1s out there, I know that. But you can tell that, just talking pattern-wise, this is a very plain pattern, very basic. Material's about the same all the way around. You've got the thick heel on this shoe as well to help with that, which is what Russell Westbrook. You see that here. But yeah, so the varying thing here is you've got a bunch of different parts of the shoe that just change there's a whole lot more going on in this shoe, obviously. But yeah, what we're talking about is the added part right there. It's going to help with stability, and to go along with that, the material and the comfort. This one does have a Zoom bag cushion, so that's one thing that's going to be different from the Russell Westbrook 2 as opposed to the Russell Westbrook 1s that you have here. Well, that pretty much wraps up our review of the Jordan Russell Westbrook Why Not Zer0.2 All-Star Edition colorway. And thank you guys for stopping by to watch our video. If it's not too much trouble, if you guys should go ahead and subscribe. And of course, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you have any shoes that you want us to review, just comment the colorway, maybe comment the shoe model, the year, all that stuff. And we'd be happy to look into that stuff for you guys for sure. And be sure to, if you don't mind, go ahead and follow our Twitter and our Instagram, and all that information will be given below for you, because like we've said before, this isn't the only thing we do. We also sell shoes, and we're getting that kicked off. So if you guys, go ahead and stop by there, check out our inventory. You might find something you like. Feel free to DM us on Instagram or Twitter if that's where you see the shoes, and just say, hey, we watch your YouTube stuff, and maybe we can work together and get you a discount or something like that, because we're always trying to build our fan base before we're getting started. But yeah, until next time, thank you guys for stopping by to watch the shoe review. I'm Landon from Shoeware. Peace.